Yay! We are live here at Ellie's. I am with Kyle, who is in town for his birthday. So, well, I mean, it's not your birthday anymore, but
No.
still, happy birthday on a live stream. For Kyle's birthday, we actually went to an animal sanctuary up in, well, I almost said Medford, but it's actually in Jacksonville, Oregon. And that was a pretty cool experience to go and see what they are doing there. They not only have hold animals there as a sanctuary, but they try to adopt out. And I kept asking like questions particularly regarding veganism and if the people that are able to adopt are allowed to basically can they come and take a cow from your sanctuary and then go and kill it. And they say that like none of the animals are allowed to work at all, so that is really cool. And they also have like a pretty large farming operation. Like how that was really impressive, wasn't it? And he said that they are growing like all of these crops, and he said that they have donated over 1,000, was it 1,900 pounds or something? It was over 1,000 pounds of free food, like just in this growing season, and they're giving it away to people for free. So it's really awesome what Sanctuary One is doing. If they were closer, I would definitely go and volunteer there because that's just really awesome.
Yeah, if only they fed their vegetables and stuff to their animals too.
Right. I asked them that too, if the animals on the farm actually get to eat the vegetables and stuff that they grow, and they were like, it's human grade food, which is like, so what if it's human grade now, like the animals aren't allowed to eat that for me it's like they should be having ultimately the best that we can give them, especially after what they have been through. A lot of these go to the sanctuary because they're coming from cases of abuse. One of the horses, they said, had like permanent tear duct damage because they had been hit in the face so much, and they're literally constantly crying. And I made eye contact with this horse, and I really wanted to cry myself because it was so sad. But yeah, it's really tragic what people do to horses and all these other animals. And it's kind of interesting to see because the other two ladies that were with us weren't vegan. And basically they were like, oh my gosh, you could do this to animals, and like upset about animal cruelty when it comes to horses and goat and all this stuff, but then they go home and kill animals for food. It's like, you're a hypocrite. And how many people are like that? So, hey, David D, how's it going? Looking great here. Oh, thank you. The sanctuary is called Sanctuary One, and it's in Jacksonville, Oregon, so Southern Oregon area. It was like 2.5 hours away, maybe from where I am. So
I just dropped the link for you guys.
Thank you. Hey, Rashid, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. David D says the veggies are only for humans. That sucks. I know, especially because they actually use the animal hair, the animal feces, and all of this other stuff from the animals to grow their plants, which I don't agree with. As soon as he told me that they were grown in manure, I was like, I'm good. I don't want any of that. But the animals are the ones that are making that food possible, so they should be the ones that have like first dibs to it. But yeah, who's your favorite animal? Do you have one?
I don't know the name, but it was the
cute little goat.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, you probably can show a better picture of the goat. My picture didn't really come out that great. But this goat was so cute and tiny. I'm not really sure if you can see. Oh, that's a terrible picture. There you go. You can kind of see how cute it is, and see my cracked screen.
That's the same one. Is that the same one?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know if it'll show up on.
His picture is a lot better, but it was so cute. It's kind of really interesting I've never really been around goats and trying to like make eye contact with them, and their eyes are like slit this way. So I was just like, what am I, like, how am I supposed to look at you? It was really weird. Like, it's kind of interesting how goats are like slit this way, cats are slit this way. It's like just kind of cool how God made different like
all their eyes.
Eye variations. Yeah, it was really cool.
I think they're supposed to see wider the way the goats their eyes are.
Pretty cool.
Wider vision.
Right. King James says, Miss Snow, looking beautiful as always. Oh, thank you.
Hey, what about me, man?
Bum Clack Catfish says, it's shameful the way some people rank the worth of animals to be so low. Exactly. Yes. Faith, how's it going? Hey, Queen and Kyle. Thank you all for joining today. It's a pretty gloomy day, actually, here. And it's only a 2% chance of rain, but it looks like it's going to rain. Right?
Chemtrail zone.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw a big line of chemtrail.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right above us.
I didn't get outside this morning much, so I didn't really, yeah. David D says, goat eyes see more. They are wider. Okay. That kind of makes sense, but it's really different to try to make eye contact with them.
Is it colder in Maryland?
Bumclack Fish says, rainy today in the last 2 days here in Maryland. Why is this heart here? I don't need a heart. Why am I heart reacting to my own, like... That's stupid, but anyways, so one of the things, I guess, what do you think about the Dragonberry Bowl? Because I've talked about the Dragonberry Bowl before, and I said, when he comes here, we have to go get it, so.
It's pretty good. Nice, super thick.
Yeah.
Use a lot of ice.
Yeah, it's good, very thick. But I think they mix it with like pineapple and apple and something otherwise, and it's really, really good. So we went there for breakfast, and then we went to the sanctuary and we opened some birthday presents, which there's video on his profile of that. Did you tag me? I don't know if it went onto my profile or not.
You'd probably have to accept it if.
Yeah. But I don't think it gave me the option, so I'll look at that later. But anyways, there are present opening videos that you can check out. So that was pretty cool. And then we toured the sanctuary and went to this restaurant afterwards called Rooted, Eat More Plants. And I had like a giant plate of nachos, which I couldn't finish. And
super
you had
delicious chickpea sandwich. That was so good.
Sandwich. What was it flavored like?
I can't remember what they all put in it, but it was chickpea patty pretty much with seasonings and queso cheese, and
their cheese was awesome. It was like a cashew based, like not the diet kind of garbage that you get at the store.
So good.
Mama Clack Fish says, a tropical storm passing by, temp in the low 60s. Oh wow. Yum, y'all are making me hungry. Well, there's some pictures of the food on the post that he posted as well as pictures of the cute little animals. I should post the video I have of the cute little goat. They're like seriously this tiny, and they're just like, one of them just kept going up into the other's face, like getting like this and trying to like
headbutting each other,
trying to egg the one with horns on, and then they would start like pounding each other's heads, and then this big goat came over and like they just ran away. They were like, nope, we're not fighting with you, you're too big for us. But it was so cute. So I'm kind of sad that they didn't have cows there. I really need some cow therapy in my life, which was kind of interesting that the guy that was our tour guide told us about something called care farms, which are in the UK, and you can actually like get a doctor's prescription to go to a care farm and basically be around animals, doing different, horticultural, I think that's what they
they're supposed to have llamas there too,
said. Oh really?
And if you go back to their one main page, they got llama.
Oh, that's an alpaca, isn't it? Or
well,
is it
they had a llama.
It might be either one. I'm not really sure,
but,
to be honest. I don't know the difference between particularly.
Saw llama.
But yeah, like I said before, though, they do adopt animals out. So
there it is.
It's kind of cool.
No, that's a camel.
So anyways, care farms are really cool. Care farming is the use of agricultural practices to improve mental and physical health, social skills, or education. And so that is really cool that they have that. I'm like, wait a minute, I can get a prescription to go and hang out with cows? Like, who's writing me this prescription? Because sign me up. That would be really...
Don't forget about the lavender lab. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool. Pretty peaceful.
There was a pretty large labyrinth that was made by war veterans, and they had lavender plants planted throughout, and our tour guide basically said, like, have positive thoughts and, touch the lavender and smell your hands as you go through. So we were all like walking through. One lady tapped out. She's like, we need a bench in here. But Yeah, it was pretty cool. They actually had this giant, like,
crystal.
Yeah, the giant crystal. It was probably as big as this table, actually. Like, seriously, this crystal was huge, and it was just a circular crystal in the middle, and it had like all different, like some coming up were square, some coming up were like points, but it was a really awesome crystal.
I mean, it's a crystal.
Yeah, well, exactly.
It's what a crystal would look like.
Yes, a pretty natural one. And there was like little tiny pieces around it. And I'm like, oh, these are so cool. And he's like, you guys can each pick a piece if you want. And I'm like, yes, we're all taking one home. So that was pretty cool. And he also said that there was like giant rattlesnakes there that, we have to watch out for. We didn't actually see any, but, it's kind of cool to, who would have thought there's rattlesnakes so close? But yeah, anyways. King James says planes that are spraying the chemtrails have been out thick lately. Okay. Like I said earlier, I didn't really go out this morning, so I didn't get a chance to see. But yeah, David D says that chemtrails is spraying us like bugs with heavy metals and like, life. Anti-life pro fire. Okay. I'm like, why did that hurt there? Yes, Projin. The beings of smokeless fire. Yeah, there's a lot of demons putting out, watch the world burn mentality to bring that about. The Jinn, when they were the ones that were center stage, the world wasn't like this. This stage is made for the humans, and beings of smokeless fire, like their world is a lot more fiery. And it's an interesting note that, the Bible talks about Satan and his minions getting thrown into this flame, and people want to think that that's a bad thing. But for a being of smokeless fire getting thrown into an eternal flame, that's literally a paradise for them. So it's kind of interesting for that fact. But anyways, one of the gifts that I got Kyle for his birthday, well, this is mine, but was this. I definitely recommend the Essene Humane Gospel of Christ. The person that edited this book went through and like tried to do the holy name type thing, which I used to be very into, like arguing about what the Christ's name was and what God's name was and all this stuff. And I kind of realized like we should be focused on his message because it's way more important, and it's not the message that's taught in the mainstream. Like you can read this and it's full of actual life purifying, soul purifying teachings, like, abstaining from flesh. And people don't realize the most sin that they participate in, like humans overall, are eating and dietary related sins, because that's what you're constantly doing. Like 3 or more meals a day, people are sacrificing animals, enslaving them, rape, killing, all of this evil. And it's justifying the New World Order. Like, if you look at what the situation is from a non-human perspective, humans want to see themselves as the victims. Oh, well, the government is oppressing us and they're killing us and they're eating our children. But, they turn around and they go and eat the children of every other species. And they think that, they can say circle of life when it comes to eating all the other babies. But when it comes to their babies getting eaten, oh no, you guys are evil. No circle of life. We don't say that over here. It's like crazy. So anyways, I would definitely recommend this, and you can also find it online for free. So yeah. You have anything to say about veganism?
Stop eating animals, guys.
You're wearing your friends not food hoodie today.
Friends not food.
Yeah, it was pretty cool when we went to the sanctuary. We were both wearing vegan, shirts and hoodies and stuff. So we're promoting wherever we go. Yeah. The one lady did say that she was vegetarian, and for some reason she thinks that she needs to eat chicken every once in a while.
Did she say that?
She did. She's like, I tried some of the vegan chickens, but I was getting sick. And I'm like, well, yeah, processed food really isn't good for you. But there's no actual biological reason that you need to eat any flesh anytime. If you feel that your body is craving the flesh, you really need to understand that there's a demon that's attached to you that's craving that flesh. It's not you, but they can confuse you into thinking that you want it so that you participate in these lifestyles that they can live vicariously through. So it's really cool to get into some of the extra biblical texts and other scriptures that actually talk about how demons work and how they, seek physical pleasures, and they will get them from humans that will do these behaviors. So, yes.
I'm surprised she said she eats chicken.
I know.
How can you be a vegetarian and eat chicken? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. She actually mentioned about Amish country, like in the Pennsylvania area, there's like a ton of, cheese and milk and like very big farming, scene, I guess. And yeah, she was like, it's so sad how they treat the cows and stuff. But then she said that she was vegetarian. So it's kind of like
drinking milk. My goodness.
You might be fueling this. So hopefully she does watch that Darius Scary video, and turns from her evil ways.
I told her to watch Darius Scary. She better be going vegan soon.
Right? One of the scriptures that I just found earlier, it kind of talks about the drinking milk, and it's from the Rig Veda. I think I'm saying that properly, but probably not because I don't know. It is an ancient Indian collection of Vedic Sanskrit hymns, so that's pretty cool. But this one says, one who partakes of human flesh, the flesh of a horse or of another animal, and deprives others of milk by slaughtering cows. O king, if such a fiend does not desist by other means, then you should not hesitate to cut his head off. That's pretty extreme. But if you're going around killing all of these innocent creatures, what do you expect is going to happen to you? Should we just let innocent killers and murderers, abusers just run free, or should we punish them like we should be punishing those who hurt children? People want to call their own pets their babies and see them as, part of their family, their children. But then when you talk about other animal babies, they're like, don't compare animals and children. This is preposterous that you would even do this. It's like, I see them as the same. They're still babies. So David D says, a seeing Christ is the only Christ I follow, a vegan who died for the innocent, the animals, not the corrupt flesh eater of the Bible. Exactly. Isn't that really frustrating how over and over again we see these characters that come to pure characters? I don't mean to say like characters as in they're not real, but I mean these souls that come to the world to purify the place, and then their teachings get inverted and perverted and just turned upside down. So now, instead of this purifying Christ that does God's will, right? If you are, for me, I guess, I can't speak for anybody else, but the Christ has to follow God's will. So the biblical Christ isn't the true Christ because he's not doing what God's will is, which is never change from the Garden of Eden. He teaches us to eat pure so that we will be pure. Every time that you put something in, you're either corrupting or purifying your temple. And that should be very obvious, but the biblical verse says, oh, it's only what comes out that defiles you. It's like you're missing a huge equation. You literally become what you eat. So if you're eating garbage, you're going to become garbage. And look at the world around us. There's a lot of garbage. Anyways, Kale posted that scripture. Thank you. David says, a wow, powerful scripture. Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, that's from the Rig Veda thing. Hey, Kyle, are you free to play a longer recorded game against Quentin at the Reading Chess Club? Ooh.
And I'll play.
Challenge.
I'll be going there Tuesday, so.
Sweet. I'm not sure if, hopefully he'll be there. This Tuesday at 7 p.m. Sweet.
Who's recording?
Yeah, who's recording? Because I have to start getting ready for the full moon, so I'm not planning on going out of town. Ooh. It's actually less than a week away from the full moon. It's on the 29th, so I need to start cooking and prepping, which I'm going to have 2 extra hands this time to help, so that'll be nice. I'm not really sure. Kyle's staying in an Airbnb, and I'm not really sure what kitchen stuff. Is it all everything?
I think there's everything you need.
Like food processor and.
It doesn't have a food processor.
Okay. That's
doesn't have a blender is the unfortunate part for me. I'm like, what the heck?
Okay. I actually just got a new immersion blender for my birthday. I'm super excited. What is this? How old do you get before you start getting excited about getting kitchen utensils for your birthday? Like, I don't know. I'm 30, but I'm super excited
Old
about
enough
it.
to not have to spend like $200 on something decent in the kitchen.
True. Very true. Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, we can talk after and just see what I need to bring over, and I'll let you know. I always have a little schedule, and I plan out all the food things I'm going to do on each day so that I can get it all done.
What brand was it that you got?
I don't know.
Was it a Ninja?
Well, it's an immersion blender, so it's not like an actual blender cup thing. It's like a stick, and you put it into like I make a big saucepan for like my potato and carrot cheese, and so basically I can put like 6 times of the recipe in this giant saucepan, dump out the water, and then use the immersion blender to process it in that same bowl, so you don't have to like take it out and put it in the food processor. It's going to be really awesome, and I'm really excited to use it. But it came with like a frother and stuff as well, so it came with a bunch of other utensils to use. But anyways, now I'm journeying on about kitchen utensils. We actually got matching hoodies. I got one for Kyle, I got one for Jason and Shayna, so there's 4 of us that have these. On the front it says "Make Shasta Vegan," and it has a little graphic of Mount Shasta with the vegan flag. And then on the back, it has a picture of Mount Shasta with a verse that is quoted in Isaiah multiple times. It's actually in the Essene, probably in here too, but it's in the Gospel of the Holy 12. And yeah, I'm sure that it's in here as well because, yeah, prophecy of earth being transformed into an Edenic paradise. It's literally the second verse in here, and basically says, "For thou hast promised to restore Eden over the face of the earth and give peace and joy unto all creatures, that thou mayest say to the captives, Go ye forth and be set free, even as ye were born free. And to them that live in darkness because of fear, thou sayest, Show yourselves in the light of day, and be not afraid any more. For they, one and all, shall again feed in the ways of pleasantness only." I really like that phrasing. Feed in the ways of pleasantness only, because when you're eating animals, that's not pleasant, really. It's really disgusting, too. "For thy people at that time shall no more hunt, nor worry the creatures with fear of hungerness, for all shall be fed and satisfied, which I have made to rejoice before my eyes." So there's multiple different scriptures about this, future time, and basically we have to get through the tribulation to make that. The tribulation's kind of, the powers that be, Satan's last war against the saints. They're, sorry to burst your bubble, but the whole pre-trib rapture thing, if you look at the parable of the wheat and tares, it very clearly says that the tares are gathered first. So if you're gathered before other people, that's not a good thing. No one wants to get into this because they don't want to live through the tribulation, but it's like, what is your soul even come here for besides for this battle, to fight, to survive, and then to make this golden age happen? So I know that's why my soul came here, and that's why I am here at this time in history, herstory, whatever you want to try to call it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do at this beautiful mountain. Friday night will be part of that, and I suspect that there are going to be a lot of new Mount Shasta people and vegans that come up and hopefully, join the Shasta vegan community. So, yeah. David D says, "Make Shasta vegan." Exactly. So, that is pretty much it. I'm not really planning on being on here very long. I have to go and do some dishes and get ready to start getting ready for the full moon celebration. So yes, it's a lot of work, but I'm grateful that you're here this time because I'm gonna, like I said, have some more hands to help, and that'll be fun. Maybe even make some videos of actually cooking the stuff to show people like how it's made, like a little cooking demo or something. I don't know. So we'll see. Is there anything else that you...
That's on the 28th, right? Or 29th?
The full moon's on the 29th. So that morning, I'm going to try to go up on the mountain pretty early to claim the spot. Otherwise, other people might try to claim it, and I don't want to have a battle over that. So, yeah.
We'll be there all day and night.
All day, all night, into the morning. And then you're doing something on Saturday too, aren't you? Are you going down to Reading on Saturday on the 30th? I saw your post in the Reading Gamer.
I'm going to
the Matrix games, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Local.
Coming, I am sending them. Well, I look for that. A lot of people have different views, and some people don't like my militant veganism, even the vegans. They're wrong, and you're allowed to be wrong. But anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. And obviously, I'll give you a recap after the event. And yeah. All right, I think I'm going to cut this off and go get done what I have to do today. And yeah, is there anything else that you would like to say to the world?
Just be vegan, guys. Be kind. Be nice to animals.
Exactly.
Don't exploit them. Don't be the reason they're suffering.
Exactly. So with that, we will talk to you guys later. May God and the Goddess bless you.